Hey kids, yeah? Do you have $15 million? I don't. But if you did, 120 years ago, you could have bought Louisiana. And what part of Louisiana? New Orleans! Today for lunch prep, we're gonna be making a New Orleans style gumbo. Before we get cooking, we need a little cooking aid. Put a little bit of that in there. Put a little bit of this in there. Now I'm ready. Now what does Gumbo, Winnie the Pooh, and the Golden Girls have in common? The roux, of course.
Where's my heating pad?
How should I know?
Well, if this isn't it, I'd like to know what other electrical appliance you're using under that blanket.
Okay, so to make the roux, we're gonna take a big old cup of flour here. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Big old cup of flour in there. Now the roux is going to be, let's see, about 2/3 a cup of some canola or vegetable oil. Where's 2/3 on this thing? That's about right, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Add flour or more oil as needed. But the roux is going to be stirred nearly constantly for about half an hour, so it's a lot of fun. A little whisk here. Now you want to heat this over medium to low heat. Eventually it's going to start to change color. Eventually it's going to turn like a brown, chocolatey kind of a color. And that's what's going to be the secret to the gumbo. Oh, got some chili cooking on the other burner here. Check out that video. Let's see here. So, looks a little goopy just yet, but want to keep stirring that. And don't let it burn, whatever you do. It's going to give the gumbo a nice thickness and a unique flavor. While we're making the roux, we're going to start chopping up some sausages at the same time. Here are some hot Italian sausages. 18 plus. Okay, so we're going to chop these up into discs and then start to fry them in advance. Okay, so there we go, cutting up into little discs. Don't forget the roux. Keep stirring. The sausages. Now, if you really feel like being amazing while we're making the roux and the sausage, we're also going to start prepping the vegetables that are going to go in here as well. We've got some celery, some onions, some bell peppers, okra. I've got a great chicken okra recipe. Check out that link. And some green onions and parsley as well. Now to chop off the okra, cut the tops off, cut the bottoms off, and then cut up what's left into, these are some sad looking okra by the way. Okay. Gotta work with what you got though. Some nice little pieces, about that size. Ooh, they're all sticky. Sticky gooey okra is the best, that's what you want. It'll help thicken things up, give it a nice flavor. Alright, our sausages look like they're pretty good, so you want to take these out and throw them in a bowl or plate, set them aside, stir the roux, make sure that it's still going. It's starting to change color a little bit. Okay, we've got a bunch of parsley here. We're going to chop this up nice and fine. Parsley. Stir the roux, don't forget about the roux. Finding an assistant helps a lot too, especially with taking the tails off all the darn shrimps while you're busy. Thank you, assistant.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna chop up the peppers, cut the bottom off, cut that into 4 pieces. There's a bunch. Let's make some nice pepper rings here. So you get to where the seeds are. Once you get to where the seeds are, chop off these like 4 quadrants or whatever. Get rid of the seeds. Cut these up into little, almost julienne slices. You want them nice. Cool. Stir the roux. Stir the roux. I think we're gonna need a little more flour in here, maybe. All right, now we got the pan that we cooked our sausages in. There's still a little bit of grease in there. We're gonna take some garlic. You can use 3-4 cloves, or just do what I do and cheat. Get some pre-garlic garlic. Put a bunch of that in there. You want to heat up that garlic until it starts to change color. And then when it starts to brown, just like that, you know the flavor of the garlic is starting to come out. Make sure to mix it in with the oils from the sausage that was in there. What could possibly be going in here? Bam! Whole lot of shrimp. That's what's going in there. Oh my god, that's way more than I thought.
You wanted the whole bag.
Okay, well that's gonna be very shrimpy. Alright, so get that on there with like medium to high heat. Let it soak in that garlic. Add some salt on there. Now we're going to be adding shrimp and sausage to our gumbo for the meats. You can also add in, if you like, get one of them pre-cooked chickens at the store. Rip off a bunch of chicken meat, throw it in there too if you like. But today we're just doing sausage and shrimp with our gumbo. Don't forget to stir the roux. Keep an eye on it. Don't let it burn. So there's 2 different kinds of this meal that you can prepare. One is a gumbo and one's a jambalaya. Difference is that jambalaya has rice in it, and gumbo is served with rice, pre-cooked rice. So we're going to make, I don't know, 3 cups of rice here. Gotta make probably 10 lunches, so we'll make 3 cups of rice. Add some water. Definitely get yourself a rice cooker. Alright, put that rice on to cook. That'll give us a nice base for our lunches. Alright, those shrimps smell pretty good. They're cooking up nice, so they're good. We're going to turn off that heat. Take them out of the pan and set them aside as well. Alright, that roux is starting to turn like a nice dark brown color. Has like a cookie dough consistency. That's more what we're looking for. A little bit darker, and we can start the next step, which is adding the chicken broth and all the veggies. It cooks for a little bit. Okay, now I think that roux is about ready. It's got like a cookie dough appearance. It's really like kind of chunky, and it's got like a nice dark brown color. Has a distinct smell to it. So next we're going to, let's see, yeah, that's probably pretty good. So now we're going to add in the chicken broth and all the veggies. We're gonna add, Jesus Christ! Okay, so that's the fire alarm. Apparently the smoke detector doesn't like when you add chicken broth to your gumbo. Okay, that's looking pretty thick. We're gonna add in another chicken broth. Throw another bunch of that in there. There, now we got about 2 liters of chicken broth in there. Give it a good stir. And we want to heat that up, and we want to cook that for probably about 15-20 minutes. Alright, it's been a few minutes. The vegetables are starting to cook a bit. We're going to add some Cajun seasoning in there. Just give it a good sprinkle. Stir that around. Alright, the veggies have been cooking for like about 15 minutes or so. Looking pretty good, just keep stirring them. Gonna add in all these shrimps that we got, minus the ones that the kids were stealing from the pan. We're also gonna add in our sausage that we browned earlier. Put all that in there. Give that a nice stir. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so we're going to leave that for about another 10 or 15 minutes. For the flavors to mix up a little bit. And we will take a look and see how it's turning out. Okay, we're gonna put some rice in our lunches. Rice on the bottom, so I made lots of rice. There's only 8 this week because there's a holiday Monday for Thanksgiving in Canada. I'm thankful for all of my views. Thank you very much. Think about subscribing. Click the little bell so you don't miss any notifications. There's our rice. Now we're going to start scooping in some of this gumbo in here. I'll give you one of those there. Try not to get all over the table. Oh, maybe a little bit there. Alright, well I hope yours turns out as good as this. This smells amazing. I can't wait to try it tomorrow for lunch. Please consider subscribing and stay tuned for the next video where I believe we will be making the best Canadian dish slash meal in a glass that has ever been concocted from the fine city of Calgary, Alberta, where I live, is the Caesar. That's right, I'll be treading on sacred ground, making Caesars, and you will see how it is done. Not Bloody Marys. I've been to the States, you ask for a Caesar, they give you tomato juice and vodka, it's disgusting. So we're gonna go over the official way of doing it. Alright, that's my time for today. Have a great night, enjoy your recipes, and happy cooking!